Hey everybody, I'm sure many of you watching this video who are into computers and technology have come across many interesting electronic finds with time. This one right here is the most bizarre. And a little backstory on it. So, this is a typical North American 120/240 volt single phase electric meter. I found this on the side of the road in a neighborhood when I was going to the grocery store this past Friday. I turned in and was going down the street and of course coming up on a speed hump. I noticed some metal things laying in the road. Turns out those were pieces of metal hardware that you will typically find on power lines. Didn't think much of it. Crossed the speed hump, went on to the grocery store. This is a little neighborhood cut through. But when I was coming back, going the other direction, I happened to spot what appeared to be an electric meter laying right on the side of the street, right next to the asphalt. I drove by, I turned around in the driveway to get a second look, came back, stopped, and sure enough, lo and behold, this was laying on the side of the road. So, I figured I'd go ahead and grab it, and I do intend on trying to return it to the utility company that owns it. So, the utility company that is on this meter is actually not the same utility company that I get power through. So, there are three common types of electric utility companies. You have investor utilities, you have electric cooperatives, and you have public power companies, which are like municipal power. So the street that this was on was served by a municipal power company or public power utility. I'm actually served by a cooperative. The meter that this company is from is an investor utility. That's what happens when you have multiple power companies serving a town or a general area. So what I suspect happened was this meter and associated hardware was sitting on the truck. Maybe the lineman must have went and did a disconnect or took down a service, set the meter in his truck. Perhaps he didn't lock the door on the side of his truck, or somehow this was not very well secured in his truck. He hit the speed hump, meter falls out on the side of the road. So yeah, pretty bizarre find. So this right here is, as I mentioned, a North American 120/240 volt meter. Now of course there is a technical term for that, but I'm not going to pull it off. I'm not going to look it up at this moment. So this is indeed a smart meter. It's capable of measuring, of course, kilowatt hour usage. It's capable of measuring reactive energy and active power. So kVA, kVAR, and wattage. It's able to measure demand. And it probably has a remote disconnect switch built in. It is a Centron Openway by Itron. I've seen these on, of course, in areas where this utility company serves. I've seen these meters many times. So this meter is from February 2017, and if we flip it over, this is what the back of it looks like. So right here is where your two 120 volt lines come in. Your neutral is right there. These come in from the transformer. These go into the main panel of your house or main panel outside, whichever's first. So that's all there really is to these things. And for those who are looking forward to me tearing this apart, I apologize. I'm not going to be tearing it apart at this time. My first goal is to try to get this back to the respective utility company. This is still their asset. I picked this up on Friday, and of course, by the time I got home, they were already closed. I did leave them a message on Facebook Messenger on their page, and I should get a response back this coming Monday to see if they want it back. And the reason why I want to try to get this back to them is because, let's say the lineman, for example, let's say this was taken out of service, and it definitely was taken out of service because I can tell. You look at the, you look here at these connections, you can see where there's little scrape marks because this meter was put into service and it was taken out of service. Probably, I'm going to guess maybe a service was taken down. I'm going to assume this electric meter has remote disconnect. The meters that our cooperative here use do have remote disconnect. I've seen it work before. I suspect that this meter was taken down. The lineman probably did take note of the reading on this thing, but let's say they didn't. Let's say they forgot to take the reading or whatever. Do want to try to get this back to the utility. That way, perhaps it could be put back into service. I don't know if that's viable now because, again, this fell off of a truck that hit a speed hump, but the meter doesn't appear to have any damage done to it. So these smart meters, what's cool about them, and the electric meters that the cooperative here use do a similar thing. The electric co-op here, the electric meters are actually Census Stratus IQs. So very similar in nature to what this meter here can do. These electric meters, they offer two-way communication with the utility company, to where the utility company can monitor demand on their system. They can monitor your usage. They can monitor your voltage, the quality of your service. And they can also remote disconnect the service if the model has it, which I think this one probably does have remote disconnect. It was an option when I researched this meter. They can do remote disconnects for load management, let's say rolling blackouts, or let's say if you don't pay your bill, or let's say you request a disconnect, which that's how I found out in 2021 that the meters that the co-op here uses have remote disconnect. Kind of funny story there. But so these things, they provide two-way communication. The utility can switch it off, they can switch it on with the click of a button. And also you can log into your account. Now this depends on the utility. I do know this utility company does offer this, where you can go and look at your usage down to either 30-minute or 15-minute intervals. So that's also how electric meters can determine demand that's pulled on a system. And for commercial customers, and maybe some residential customers, depending on your utility company, that's how they can charge you for demand on top of your energy usage. So, again, pretty nice find. Again, I'm going to try to do the right thing, get it back to the utility company. But I did want to take an opportunity to share it with you guys here on the channel, as probably one of the most interesting finds I've ever had on this channel, aside from, of course, computer stuff. But some of y'all probably know I do have pretty good electrical knowledge. I mean, I majored in computer engineering in college, which also had a lot of emphasis in electrical engineering. So, do know a thing or two about these things. I just wanted to get this off the side of the road because, well, who knows, somebody else could have got it and probably would have just done whatever with it. They could have used it to do meter tampering on a different house or something like that. I mean, who knows? This photo is the right thing to do, to pick this up off the side of the road and try to return it back to the respective company that owns it. But yeah, guys, the most bizarre thing you'll probably ever see on this channel, aside from PC stuff, there you have it, an electric meter. So anyways, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Well, everybody, that wraps it up for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like the video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to tick the bell. That way you get notified of new video posts. Also, I recommend following Cube Computer Company on Facebook. A link is in the video description. In addition to computer tech videos, I have a second channel, CubeComp MTDX. Links are available at the end of this video. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching and your support.